From the Fox 5 NY Instagram account, New York City's pot problem. The city's battle against illegal cannabis shops. It's one of the biggest issues facing NYC. Illegal cannabis shops. Now, you didn't think this was going to happen when you made a whole big stink about how it was actually going to be legal, but you only wanted it to be legal for a handful of people so you could get your hands on their money. You can find them on almost every block. Rosanna Scotto hit the streets during Good Day to go one-on-one with former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. And Fox 5, this local affiliate, they're typically really disgusting. They run stories about asylum seekers and newcomers and giving out freebies to the illegals. But Rosanna herself is typically pretty based, at least for the mainstream media. I think she's been on, the national Fox outlet on Outnumbered or The 5 or something like that. And who would have thought? And I just found fairly recently found Andrew Cuomo's YouTube channel, which has hundreds, thousands of videos of him holding multiple press conferences a day for like 3 years. And I've recorded some of those videos. I don't know if they've been posted or not posted already, but this is just a strange coincidence that she brings in the former governor to talk about, I guess, one of the issues he created. It says, including Cuomo's original plans while he was in office and how it went wrong.
Here we are. We're outside a cannabis store, which is not legal under New York state law.
Yeah, but they made a whole thing. They had the lady from Sex and the City back in the day running for, no, I think she was running for governor, saying it should be legal. And then Eric Adams said it should be legal. And they all wanted to talk about legal, but only for their buddies.
It's next door to Starbucks, next door to a lingerie store. You signed into law the legalization of marijuana in New York State.
Yes.
What happened?
That this store exists like this, with a sign out front, with the neon, just in case you missed it. This is illegal.
Bro, she asked you that. Answer the question, bro.
It's illegal. But what this store is saying is, I know it's illegal, but I'm going to advertise it and put it in your face because I don't believe anyone enforces the law.
Yep, and that's true. He's right about that. He just barely answered the question, but he did the same exact thing in some of his press conferences where he was talking about, it's going to be... I guess the point is, it's very similar in the idea that they're just rubbing it in your face. The cannabis shop owner knows it's illegal. Andrew Cuomo knew what he was doing was likely illegal. I'm no scholar, but it didn't make any sense. I certainly tried to sue the mayor and the police chief, the chief of police, Dermot Shea at the time, for stomping on my First Amendment rights. They knew what they were doing was wrong, but they rubbed it in your face anyway and said it's for your own good, like a pimp might do.
I'm walking from this. Ow! What the hell, dude? I'm knocking some sense into you, Dennis. This is all you got. Ah!
Dude, why do you keep hitting me?
Don't talk back to me.
Okay, sorry.
Look, I'm gonna get you out of this. It's you and me against the world. I'm not gonna let anything bad happen to you.
I promise?
I promise. And hey, I don't want to hit you, baby, so please don't make me, okay? You're my one and only. You gotta do right by me, okay?
Okay.
And now he's getting, I guess, a tiny taste of his own medicine.
I did talk to Detective Shell about this, and he said, it has to come from the Sheriff's Department. The NYPD now is assisting, but...
It doesn't have to come from the sheriff's office.
So what this is basically... Yeah, we should make it legal. No, not like that. That's exactly what this is. Like you guys did this and you wanted they're not following the exact rules. They're not paying certain taxes. What actually makes this illegal? And what would they have to do to make it legal? They would have to put it in a certain jurisdiction and give you like 60% of the cut.
New York City points its finger to New York State and they say they need a new state law. The state points their finger back at the city and says the city could do it on their own. It's that nobody wants to do it, Rosanna. If you need a state law, then pass a state law that makes it nice and clear that localities can close down illegal pot shops, period. If the state won't...
Tell us what makes it illegal, though, right? I mean, you made it legal. You signed it into law. So what are they doing wrong?
Do it, let the city do it on its own. This violates the nuisance code, and let the city authorize it. But it's not rocket science, right?
Right. Should we try to go in?
Let's try.
How are you? Can we just ask what you're selling? You don't want to talk? Okay.
Well, it's not that hard to figure out.
But these are just CBDs. These are CBDs. I bet you it's...
Yeah, and that's another thing they always do. They've been doing that for years in New York. Even when I lived there, before it was completely legal, you would just go to a regular corner shop, deli, market, bodega, whatever, and they would have little weed jars behind the counter. It would be like, oh, this is CBD, which, fine. CBD is just like code word for dirt weed, because you can never, as hard as you might try, fully separate THC and CBD. It's just not possible.
Yes, we're going to leave. Vapes that you got rid of. They're here. How are they allowed to come back? I thought you got rid of them.
This is a crime. It is a crime.
Why? You made it legal, and then you got mad when they started opening businesses. What makes it illegal? Let us know.
So if Albany's listening to you right now, what advice would you give them?
Well, Albany would not be listening to him because they quite literally kicked him out for the wackiest, wildest reason. I mean, as we know by now, the levels of corruption are they're so deep. There's so many. But why would anybody who literally pushed you out of your job listen to what you have to say now?
Local governments are blaming Albany that they don't have the authority to close down pot stores. It's not worth the debate. Pass a law, nice and simple, one line, give local municipalities the authority to close down an illegal pot shop.
Okay, so let's pass another law, because sometimes we refuse to enforce the laws we already have, then we'd create new laws to reverse the old laws, and now we're going to create another layer of laws to reverse the reversal of the law. What are you talking about, bro?
Period.
As we walk a little bit on the streets of New York City, I feel like you want to jump back in and do something. What do you want to do? What do you want to run for? What's next for Andrew Cuomo?
As you know, I am New York through and through, born and bred. And I'll do...
And you're looking pretty good, Rosanna. How about you want to go on a little dinner date with Andy?
Do anything I can to help New York.
I'm not touchy-feely. I'm just Italian. That's how we are. You know that, Rosanna.
I'm trying to point out issues to the public because I believe...
No, you're not. Tell us why this shop is illegal. What have they done wrong? Is it they're not paying taxes? They're not paying fees? What is wrong with that shop that you guys legalized and then got mad that it opened?
The public needs to see progress, right? They've heard it all. Politicians say everything. They want results. They want progress. They want action. And that's what I'm trying to...
Which we all know that the political establishment in New York is not going to do. And it's actually really sad, right? I said this way back in Rona. It's like when you got this city filled with engineering and architectural masterpieces, that many men died building, but now the air outside your front door is dangerous. It's the same thing, right? Like they created this metropolis where everybody wanted to be, and it was, just brimming with opportunity. But now it's been destroyed by the political regime, I don't know, in probably the past 2 or 3 decades.
I'm trying to spur the process so they actually do something.
When are you running? What are you going to run for?
I'm not running for anything.
Mayor?
I'm running for that ass, Rosanna. How about that?
Run out of the rain.
I got you.
How are you? Good to see you.
Do you notice as you walk down the street, I'm walking down the street with you, lots of people are smiling, they're shaking your hand. It's like,
I think it's because I'm with you.
I don't know. It's either you or me. I'm not sure which one it is, but it's one of us, and I'm thinking it's you. But we're looking over here. We see lots of traffic, congestion price.
And look, okay, this doesn't really have anything to do with the pot shops, but Rosanna definitely has like the MILF vibes. I think she's been on local news in New York long before I lived there. She's done quite a bit, and I think that she's been pretty steady the whole way through. She's never gone fully rabbit.
Could this year get any worse?
Fully Republican. She's been pretty neutral the entire time, and she's even called out Eric Adams directly to his face.
That's not true.
That's a great question.
Saying you signed that into law. You went on our show. You basically said you had a change of heart after COVID and the way the city has come back.
Yeah.
Since then.
I didn't have a change of heart. I signed the law.
I didn't have a change of heart. I didn't flip flop. Nope, I'm steady.
At a much different time, right? It's
crazy too how these Democrats, they always want to pretend like it's always been like this, even though we can see it. We can roll the tape of all you guys being tough on the border.
The bill before us will certainly do some good. It will authorize some badly needed funding for better fences and better security along our borders.
The fence is now basically complete. Maybe they'll need a moat. Maybe they want alligators in the moat.
Secure our borders with technology, personnel, physical barriers if necessary in some places.
We will not build a wall. Instead, we will build an economy where everyone who wants a good job can get one.
I voted for a fence. I voted unlike most Democrats, and some of you won't like it. I voted for 700-mile fence. And let me tell you something, folks. People are driving across that border with tons, hear me, tons of everything from byproducts from methamphetamine to cocaine to heroin. It's all coming up through corrupt Mexico.
And the impulse is to hunker down, shut the gates, build walls, exit at this moment is precisely the wrong answer.
Former presidents have said to him that they wish that they had built a wall. Do you recall President Obama ever saying that?
Come on.
Construction of a 630-mile border fence create a significant barrier to illegal immigration on our southern land border.
All along, the president's saying, well, I'll do DACA and Dreamers in return for the wall. He's got it. President Trump, if you want to open the government, you must abandon the wall.
And wanting to be tough on crime, the 1994 crime bill, the list goes on. But that's all completely out the window because I guess Orange Man bad?
Time and circumstances. To pass congestion pricing now, when we're fighting to get people back into the city, when we have this exodus from the city and the state.
That you helped cause.
I don't believe now is the time to put up another obstacle after people are already fed up. Now we say we're going to increase the fare to come into New York City. And we really want you to take mass transit. But by the way, I know that you don't think the subway is safe. How do you put people in that position?
What do you think about Andrew Cuomo?
Great.
Would you want him to run again for office?
He should do it.
He should do it. He should do it, she said.
Yes, that's what she said.
And?
I still think it's because I'm with you, Rosanna.
Stop it. Are you running for office?
No.
Not right now?
Not right now. I am doing what I'm doing, which is trying to help the city, help the state.
How are you doing that? From your fishing boat?
Bring these issues to the attention of New Yorkers. Or really...
Do you think that New Yorkers can't see what's happening? I mean, perhaps some of them can't, and you're not the one that's going to break the news to them. But do you think that the majority of people who are paying an arm and a leg to live in the absolute chaos, Gotham that is New York, that they don't see what's going on and they need your help, even though you were pushed out from your own job for a reason that I don't even really agree with, because there was a dozen other reasons you should have left office?
Make sure the politicians hear the New Yorkers. You need a state law, then pass.
Okay. All right, bro. This is This is absolutely crazy that I guess she's talking to him because he's the one who legalized weed, but now they're both mad that the law they passed is actually having an effect and they don't like the effect. I don't know what's going on. And there's a lot of people in the comments here saying that weed is not the problem, which it totally isn't the problem, but it's one of those gateways, as they say. Same thing with graffiti. Another video I just did about graffiti in Portland, that graffiti is not the worst crime, it's not the most important, but it will undoubtedly lead to other nonsense.